So for the setup for the whole kind of scale up information, we use a low cart, so it's a little bit safer. We're going to be having hot boiling liquids. We have these cutting boards because we're going to need that little play on the height of this pot. And we have a hot plate starting to warm up in the back here. And we have to put the pot into place and then set it up on there. It's in all the way, and then we tighten that down manually, and then there's a little key over here that I keep on here, and we tighten it down tight. All right, and that's really secure. So now you can lift the pot up and set it up on this hot plate and slide it back away and line everything up. Being careful because now the hot plate is starting to warm up. And then make sure that the blades are in the center of the pot. Now I keep this on a drill and I keep this taped together because I want to control the speed at different times of the batch. So this is an alternating kind of current type thing. And if we put it on, you see, blades turn. Right now I'm just going to keep it off, and we're going to be waiting for the water to boil to start adding all the things together. We've added the initial hot boiling water from hot pots, and of course once you transfer it into this pot it stops boiling for a little bit, but there's 4.5 liters at this point. We're going to turn on the stirrer, I would say at about 20 to 25. And then when you add the water, you need to be careful not to hit the beater and not to hit the side.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let me watch that first.
Okay. Because then you've got to kind of do like this, nice and slow, and then we can actually kick up the pedal a little higher because you don't want it to clump.
Yeah.
All right. So we just kick it up until we see it's all this. And then we can play it. That looks like it's all dissipated, right? Because it does boil faster if you're not stirring it quite yet. So we kick it back down, and then we take a lid and put it on, because that will help it get boiling a lot faster. And also, you don't decrease the volume of the water. And it goes on just like that. So I've been using a thermometer once this has been turned off and let the temperature of the solution drop to 80 degrees centigrade. That's so that the bottom of this pot is not too hot to scorch the next ingredients that we're putting in, all right? So it's now down to the temperature. I'm going to just kick up the speed to about maybe almost 30. And then we're going to add molasses that's been already measured out. Again, adding this, you want to make sure you don't hit the beaters and too much of the side of the pot. So you want to add this very slowly, just like a little stream, so that it gets mixed up rather than just coming right to the bottom of the pot. So the next step is to make a yeast and cornmeal slurry. We've already measured out the yeast and put it in this blender. I'm going to add the remaining water for the whole recipe, almost all of it at this point. So I'm going to leave I leave a little bit like to kind of rinse the last bit of stuff. So I'm going to leave maybe like that much. Okay, I'm going to put the top on. We're going to pulse it until you kind of see those yeast granules dissolve. A minute. That's good. I don't do this ahead of time because the yeast will start bubbling, and then the whole thing will
because that's happened to me a couple times.
gracious.
So right about before you're doing it, and then we're going to add some of
The
the
whole
corn.
thing?
I do half of it first. It's sticky. A bit more. As long as you kind of have enough liquid to maybe put the rest of it in.
The whole thing?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's okay. That's all right.
oh,
Just see if we can just, that'll be good enough. This is the messy part. All right, so now we're gonna add this in the same way. We're gonna wait, because we're gonna rinse this off at the end. So we're gonna add this in the same way we did with the molasses. We have the beater going kind of quickly, and we're adding it a bit slowly. Over and put the water back in, rest of the water. You can either shake it or give it a little, I have a feeling I'm gonna need to shake it. So I just kind of get what I can off of it and put that all in. And we kick the heat back up to high. And keep it beating kind of quickly at this point so it doesn't scorch. Okay, so it's been about 35 minutes. We're going to take a peek of this. I'm going to turn off the beater and be careful taking this off because there's steam. Allow the drips to go in, and we're going to take a look. What's it look like? Just starting to come to a boil. But you can see it's getting thicker. It looks
Yeah.
like a slurry kind of now, which is definitely what you want. It's just starting to boil. I'm going to give this just a couple more minutes. Okay, so we're going to take a peek again. We're going to turn off the beater. You can hear me better. Let's see if it's at a kind of constant boil now. Yeah, that's a boil. Okay, so now we are going to put the lid back on and the stirrer back on and let that cook for 5 minutes like that. 6 minutes, excuse me. And then we're going to take the lid off and allow it to continue to boil without the lid for another 6 minutes, 12 minutes total. Okay, once the solution, the mixture has cooled down about 5 minutes, we add a fly food preservative. It's called Tegacept, and I make a solution of 10 grams of Tegacept to 100 mils of 95% ethanol. And I've already made that, and I keep a stock. I usually keep about a liter of it around. And you're going to measure out what you need to add. In this case, today we are adding 76 mils of Tegacept solution. And we need to add it a little bit cooler so that this ethanol doesn't just boil right away or overboils. That's why we're letting it cool down, I believe. Okay, so we've let the mixture cool another 5 minutes. Now we're going to begin dispensing. I keep the stirrer on very, very slow just to keep the mixture homogeneous. And then we're going to open this valve up, and things are warm, not too hot, but they're definitely warm. And we're allowing to fill up. I just fill up one of these. Turn off the spigot. Go over to the bottles that we have set up. And the bottles actually have measurement marks on them. I think it's, I'm not even sure what that is, 25, 50, and 75. And then there's a dotted line, which is about 60 mils. I pour very carefully, very slowly, up to the 50 ml line. Just past it maybe. And set it down. Try not to knock it too much. And we're just going to dispense all of this medium just like this until it's all gone. 50 mils. All done. So at some point, it's going to start getting very slow dispensing through the spigot. So what I do is I stop the stirrer and I take off the beater, slide that heating element to the back, and then I just put the pot straight down on the table. Get rid of this, and then you can dispense by just tipping a little bit. I'll show you. I put this back, turn it on, and then I just tip it a little bit and just continue to dispense till it's almost done. And that's how to get every little bit out. Okay, so once all the bottles are dispensed, the last thing is to leave them undisturbed and cover them with two layers of cheesecloth and leave them for 24 hours undisturbed.